Hey guys, welcome to Booketlist. I'm Raji and today you are going to be seeing the 20 questions book tag. I have the questions over here and it's the first time I'm going to be seeing the questions as well. I feel like this is my most unprepared video ever, but I'm excited. Let's begin. The first question is, how many books is too many books in a series? Alright, so if done very well, I love up to 7-8 books also in a series, but it's very rare for me to read like a book series. So I would say I love trilogies the best. The second question is, how do you feel about cliffhangers? Okay, so I love cliffhangers, especially when it is like a standalone book, and like I can make peace with the fact that there is going to be no proper end to the story. I love cliffhangers that way, but when it comes to like a book series and you're waiting for the next book to come out in order to find out what is happening, then in that case I hate cliffhangers. One of the best cliffhangers recommendation I can give you is The Birthday Girl by Haruki Murakami. It's been about 1 year since I finished the book and I still have no idea what the climax is. So if you are watching this video and if you know if you understood the ending, please let me know. But I love that book so damn much. And the third question is, hardcover or paperback? Now, I'm a paperback girl because I do have a lot of hard covers in my collection, but like when I'm reading a book, I prefer paperbacks because I can lie down and read, and I can like flip the pages more easily, and hardcovers feel more delicate, to me as a reader. So paperback. Fourth question is your favorite book, and I can't answer this with just one book, obviously. So I'll give you like 4-5 recommendations, and according to the genre, you can pick it up if you want to. So I love The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I like The Forest of Enchantments by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. I like The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstein, and Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and Little Women, of course. The fifth question is my least favorite book. Even for this question, I can't just say one book, but I'll try. Uh, Actually, I hated The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. I it's just so wrong. So many concepts in that book is wrong. So I don't know, like I hated it. Sixth question on the list is love triangles, yes or no? A huge no. Because like when I was a teenager, I used to love triangles so much, like the Twilight series. I was team Jacob, by the way, but as I grew up, I realized that you either love a person or you don't, right? So this love triangle, love rectangle and all, it just doesn't make sense to me anymore. And even in books, it's just a big no for me. No, thank you. The seventh question on the list is the most recent book that you just couldn't finish. Now, I wouldn't call this book a DNF list, but I started reading A Little Life by Hanya. Don't know how to pronounce the second name, I'm sorry. But I started reading A Little Life, and it's about loneliness and your childhood best friends. And it got to a point where it started affecting my daily emotions. It's so sad and depressing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love sad books. I do. But this is like on another level of sad. So I had to take a break and move on to something more light and happy. And I will definitely finish A Little Life, but not right now. The eighth question on the list is my current read. Alright, so I'm currently reading Six of Crows duology, and it's by Liba Dugo, who also wrote the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I finished the Shadow and Bone trilogy last year through audiobook format, and I'm so excited to finish the Six of Crows. It's like a heist kind of a book. It's so fast paced and so thrilling. I mean, whoa, loving it. Let's move on to the ninth question on our book tag, which is the oldest book you've ever read? Wow. It's either The Little Women or Pride and Prejudice. Let us Google it and see. Okay. Alright, so The Pride and Prejudice was published on 28th Jan 1813. So I guess that is my oldest ever book that I've read. So I love Jane Austen and I love Pride and Prejudice, and Mr. Darcy is my book boyfriend forever. Scratch that, he is promoted to my book husband now. And the 10th question is, what is the newest book I've read? I think it is The Last Queen by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, which was published in Jan 2021. So that is the newest book I've read till date. The 11th question on the list is a book I would recommend to everyone. Alright, so I think it's going to be The Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari, because the book is a non-fiction book which tells us how human beings evolved from like monkeys to the humans that we are today. It talks about the cognitive revolution, the agricultural revolution, and the industrial revolution as well. But it's not just facts, there are statements like, have you ever wondered that once upon a time, your great 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 grandmother was actually a chimpanzee? And I was like, it just makes us feel very connected to our roots and realize that we as humans don't own the world. We don't own the earth. There are so many other species evolving alongside us, and you just have to read it. It's very deep and philosophical in some way, and very historical as well. So I think even the beginners would enjoy it. And if you don't like thick books, I recommend that you listen to The Sapiens on audiobook as well. It's really good. I would recommend it to each and everyone watching this. The 12th question on our book tag is, who is your favorite author? So my favorite author keeps changing, at least monthly once, according to what book I'm reading. So currently I am reading the Six of Crows duology, and so my current favorite author is Leigh Bardugo. I mean, she is so descriptive. She can make you travel through books, not even like through distance or time. It's like another dimension where you feel like you belong. I love her so much. The 13th question on our book tag today is, do you prefer buying books or borrowing books? So when I was growing up, I didn't really buy that many books because it was a very special thing for me. My parents used to get me books on my birthday, or like the school scholastics, or when I scored like good in my math exam, which was very rare, trust me. So as a kid, I used to love borrowing books from other people, my friends, or the school library or the scholastic, and honestly whoever would lend me a book, I would borrow and read it because I loved reading. And now that I'm an adult, I can reward myself with books, and I see it as a act of self-love, if you will. So I love buying books now, the hardcover versus the paperback edition, and the special editions that comes out like on anniversaries of books. So I love buying books. The 14th question on our book tag is a book you disliked that everyone seems to love. I have to go with Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. I wouldn't say I hated that book, but I just didn't understand it much. The 15th question on our book tag is bookmarks or dog ears. Please use bookmarks. If you don't have a bookmark, use anything else, a pen or another book, like anything. Please don't dog your books. It is just so offensive to me when people just like fold pages. It's okay to write your own thoughts on the book when you're reading it. It's okay to annotate books with like color coded stuff. I'm okay with all that, but please don't break the book spine, is my first rule. And second rule, never dog your pages. It should be illegal in my opinion, okay? Please don't dog ear. Please use bookmarks. The 16th question on our book tag today is a book you can always reread. Now, can I tell a series? If I can, I would like to choose the Harry Potter series, which feels like home to me, honestly, because it has a lot of nostalgia and I'm very emotionally connected to the Harry Potter series. I don't want to talk much about the series on my channel because it might offend a lot of people in the LGBTQ community, and I'm very much against what JK Rowling has tweeted. But yeah, I still love the books. The 17th question is, can you read while listening to music? Yes, you guys, I can. And I consider it my superpower. You know why? Because there can be 100 kids screaming their lungs out and playing, okay? And there can be like noisy traffic, and my mom can scream my name for like an hour. But when I am reading, I am not here. I'm physically here, but my mind and my heart is in that story. I'm living somewhere else in a fictional world. So yeah, I can listen to music and I can read. It's a skill you can develop over time of being a reader, I think. The 18th question on our book tag today is, do you prefer one POV or multiple POV? POV, for those of you who don't know, means point of view. So when you're reading a book, it's either going to be from one single person's perspective, or you can get like multiple people's perspective, that is point of view, right? I am comfortable with both these categories, but if I had to pick one out of the two, I would go for one POV because most of my 5-star reads has been from just one perspective, and also I feel like you can get more emotionally attached to a story or the characters or a book if it's told from just one single perspective. So I prefer one POV. 19th question on our book tag is, do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? Multiple days, because I'm a very slow reader. But if the book is very like fast paced and I just have to like know what happens, I will binge read a book. I have no problem with that. But again, life gets in the way. I have to eat and sleep and work, such unnecessary things. So yeah, multiple days. The last and final 20th question of our book tag today is, which book do you think should be banned all over the world? I am against banning books. I think every author has put their mind, body, and soul into writing, and that work should never be banned. I mean, it's okay for you to put out trigger warnings so that readers can pick and choose what they read. That's fine, but I don't think even one single book should be banned, like ever. Actually, I have a video of my top 10 banned book recommendations to read. I will leave that in the description box below. Do check that out. And that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you guys on next Sunday. Bye.